The Stone Roses, the band that changed British music. Early years, 1989. Hook. In the late 1980s, British guitar music was drifting. Punk had burned out. Indie was fragmented. Then, from Manchester, came a band that fused jangly guitars, psychedelic art, and dance floor rhythm. They were the Stone Roses. And before fame tore them apart, they created one of the most important debut albums in British history. Manchester, Before the Roses. The Stone Roses emerged from Manchester, a city already steeped in music culture. Post-punk bands like Joy Division, New Order, and The Smiths had shaped the city's sound, while clubs like the Hacienda were blending rock with emerging dance music. This was the environment where a new kind of band could exist, one that didn't choose between guitars or grooves. Formation and early struggles. The band formed in 1983, initially under the name The Patrol. The core lineup soon became Ian Brown, vocals, John Squire, guitar, Gary Monty Moundfield, bass, Alan Rennie, Wren, drums. Early on, the band struggled to find their identity. They released rough, punk-influenced singles that gained little attention, and for years they hovered on the edge of obscurity. But internally, something was changing. Finding their sound. By the mid-1980s, the Stone Roses began blending Byrds-style jangling guitars, psychedelic influences, funk-inspired bass lines, danceable drum rhythms. Rennie's drumming became central, loose, fluid, and unlike traditional rock drummers. John Squire's guitar work shifted from aggression to melody, while Ian Brown developed a detached, almost mystical vocal style. They weren't chasing trends, they were creating one. Elephant Stone and Growing Buzz. In 1988, the band released Elephant Stone, a single that finally captured their sound. Though it didn't chart highly, it gained serious underground attention, especially in Manchester. The Roses became regulars at the Hacienda, embraced by the emerging Manchester scene, where indie kids and club culture collided. Word spread quickly. Something special was happening. Signing and recording the debut album. The band signed to Silvertone Records and entered the studio to record their debut album. Recording wasn't smooth. The band clashed with producers, fought perfectionism, and spent long periods refining their sound. John Squire also took creative control of the album's visual identity, designing artwork inspired by Jackson Pollock and 1960s protest imagery. Music and image became inseparable. Release of The Stone Roses, 1989. In May 1989, The Stone Roses was released. Initially, sales were modest, but critics immediately recognized its importance. Tracks like I Wanna Be Adored, She Bangs the Drums, Waterfall, Made of Stone felt timeless, confident, and completely unforced. The album didn't scream for attention, it waited to be discovered. Aftermath and rising reputation. Word of mouth spread fast. Live shows became legendary, and the album's reputation grew with each passing month. By the end of 1989, The Stone Roses was being hailed as a modern British classic. It laid the blueprint for what would soon become Britpop, influencing bands like Oasis, Blur, and countless others. Before legal battles, delays, and frustration slowed them down, The Stone Roses achieved something rare. They created a debut album that didn't just define a moment, it defined a generation. And this was only the beginning.